Okay, guys, welcome to tonight, September the 18th, Losie's homework help. If we look down at problem number 8, John purchased a new iPad 2 for $749 and an iPhone 4 for $299, including tax. If John pays for both in 15 equal installments, which of the following is a reasonable estimate for each payment? Okay, guys, remember we've been working on our story. What is your story about? Our story is about John going out shopping. So I'm just going to say buy. It's about what he bought. So, one thing that he bought an iPad 2. 2 is not a price. He did not buy two of them, but that's the brand. So, on my story bar, I'm going to put my iPad 2. And he spent the most on that. So let's see here. He spent, and another thing the story says, it says estimate, a reasonable estimate. So John spent about $750 on his iPad 2. Then John went ahead and also bought a iPhone 4. Must be nice, right? An iPhone 4 um, for 299. So a good estimate for 299 would be about $300. What this question is saying is that John didn't just go out and pay cash right away. He's going to have to make 15 and equal installments. So that's taking our whole story and cutting our whole story down in here. Let me do another bar just so you can see. It's like taking that story up there. I don't want to draw on that. And like cutting it down into 15 equal payments. Okay, I'm not going to keep going. So to solve this, I need to find our total first. So that means I want to add the 750 plus the 300. So I'm going to come over here to the side and I'm going to do that. 750 plus the 300. So zeros, put your 5, carry your, so 7 plus 3 is 10. So together, John spent $1,050. John spent $1,050. Out of that 1,050, he's not paying it all at once. He's making all these little bitty payments. So what are we going to have to do? What am I doing to the bar? I'm breaking it down, and since they're equal, I have to divide. So that means I want to take my 1,000, 1,050, and I want to divide by 15. Now, guys, again, a lot of you struggle with division. It's okay. The good thing about STAR test is it's all multiple choice answers. So what we could do is we could just start. What's the opposite of dividing? The opposite of dividing is to multiply. So why not just start with an answer choice and try to work backwards? Let's just say, okay, 20 is our smallest answer choice. Let's start with 20 then. What if we said 15 times 20? Now the good thing about 20, 20 ends in a 0. So what you could do is do your little invisible 0. And then it's just like 15 times 2. Most of you know what 15 times 2 is, but if you don't, just multiply it out. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry your 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 on top makes 3. And then what about your invisible 0 there? You got to bring it down. So that's only 300. That is way not enough. And if that's so small, 30 is probably too what? Small. Okay, so you want to try 50? Let's try 50 then. 15 times 50. Again, the 0 you can make invisible. So you're, whoops, sorry guys. So you're just going to do the 15 times 5. 5 times 5, 25, carry your 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Now don't forget, you still have your 0 there, even though he's invisible. So that's 750. So that is still too small. If 20 is too small, 50 is too small, then 30 is way too small. Your only answer is F. But we can try it out and see. We can do our 15 times 70. So times your 7. You can make your 0 invisible. Still there, so I want you to put the dot so you don't forget about it. So 7 times 5 is 35. Put your 5, carry your 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 105. And then your invisible 0, stick it back on. So it's $1,050. So the correct answer is F. Now let's look at problem number 9. One day in January, the temperature dropped -3 degrees to -15 over a 2-hour period. What was the average change in temperature per hour? So we need to draw a picture or a story bar. I'm actually going to do a story bar, but instead I'm going to draw it more like a thermometer up and down here. So if this is 0, you need to find our -3. The problem's at -3, and we want to keep going until we hit -15. So -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, all the way down. Now, guys, you don't have to do all the tick marks to it. You can pretend it's further down. So if we just pretend, here it is at -15. I want to know the difference from here. I want to know the difference from this point to this point. Well, think about it. Did we start at 0? No. If we started at 0 and went all the way, it would be 15. But we didn't start at 0. We started at 3, so I got to take 3 off. So 15 minus 3 is a difference of 12. So the temperature from -3 to -15 is 12. I can count the tally marks just to be sure. So we have -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13, and 14. Let me squeeze back 1. So then it goes all the way. So that would be, easily count it and see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and my 12. Because it's from place to place. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that happened over 2 hours. So now that means I'm going to divide it by 2 hours. 12 total divided by the 2 hours. Means the temperature is going to change 6 degrees per hour. It's going to drop. That was tonight's homework. So don't forget your tip. You can see 2 more problems by going to September the 10th's homework help for Henderson and Bailey. And if you look at problem 6, You have 1/2 and 1/4. Don't forget you could change those to decimals. Make sure you're trying to draw your pictures. Good night.